AS Roma are still far from the side they were many years ago, but they enjoyed two of their better seasons over the last decade since Paulo Fonseca arrived at the club. The Portuguese manager came to Roma with a respectable reputation, having led Shakhtar Donetsk to 3 league titles and a 74% win rate in his 3 seasons at the club. Their performances in the Europa League have outshone their relatively subpar season in Serie A, with the side currently in 7th place. Nonetheless, if Fonseca's team were to pull off a miracle and make the Europa League final, this season would be seen as a complete success. Here is a tactical analyst of Paulo Fonseca's AS Roma this season. We have the analysts, the football manager tactics, the training schedules, but before we get in all of that, check this app from OneFootball. I'm proud to announce that the RDF Tactics YouTube channel has teamed up with OneFootball. It's a great footballing app. If you haven't tried it out before, then make sure you do. It's free, so why not? You have nothing to lose, and the link is in the description below. My personal favourite thing about the app is receiving the latest news, transfer rumours, tracking live scores, but also, and of course, getting match stats so I can make videos just like this one. There's a video section as well. It's a pretty cool app where you can watch football highlights, historic moments, and even post or pre-match conferences. I'm currently using the app to receive news on my favourite team, as you have the option to do so. It's a really good app to get your daily football updates and football news. So give it a go. It's completely free, and I promise you, you won't look back. And remember, the link is in the description below. In his first season at the club, Paulo Fonseca utilised a 4-2-3-1 formation, but as the season wore on, he shifted to the team's tactic into a 3-4-2-1. The formational shift was very successful, winning 7 of the 8 Serie A matches and drawing the other 1. With that kind of record, it's unsurprising that the Portuguese manager stuck with the 3-4-2 system in 2020-21. The formational change has resulted in a few positional changes, including Lorenzo Pellegrini being pushed into a role as an inverted winger, rather than the trequartista role number 10 he fulfilled in the 4-2-3-1. Deep line playmaker Brian Christian has also transformed into a centre-back this season, often acting as a libero in between 2 natural defenders. Those 2 central defenders are frequently the young pairing of Atalanta loanee Roger Ibanez and Italian defender Gianluca Mancini, who also came from Atalanta just 1 year ago. A central midfield has been the most competitive position, with top goalscorer Jordan Veretout, pass master Gonzalo Villa, and the versatile Pellegrini and Cristante all safe options. Henrik Mkhitaryan has had less competition for his position as one of the 2 attacking midfielders, but the same cannot be said for King Dzeko, who is now starting to ease out of the side in place of the Europa League top goalscorer this season, Borja Merrill. So those are the players. Now let's get into more of how Fonseca uses his 3-4-2-1 system to success. AS Roma attempt to play out from the back and favour short passes and slow up build up. In 2019-20, Fonseca utilised a very similar 3-4-2-1 shape in their own build up, with one fullback joining the midfield and the opposite side winger coming deeper. This meant that a decent ball-playing fullback like Kolarov would stay as part of the defence line, as a more adventurous defender in Bruno Perez or Alessandro Florenzi pushed further forward on the other side. Now in a more natural 3-4-2-1, both wingbacks remain high as the back 3 form a more natural build-up structure. In Brian Cristante, Fonseca has an excellent ball-playing centre-back who has the vision and range to hit longer passes. The former Atalanta midfielder offers Roma a deeper range of depth for passes out from the back than the likes of Chris Smalling and Gianluca Mancini, and this has been one of the reasons why his positional shift has been a success. Jordan Veretout offers a similar range of passing, and together the 2 of them are key to Roma's build-up and ability to break through the lines and play through central corridors. But despite having these players in their disposal, Roma still prefer shorter passes and a slower build-up, to which Mancini and Ibanez often find themselves on the ball in wider positions from centre-back, circulating the ball left to right until the right angle has been found to progress forward. Another interesting feature of Fonseca's build-up at Roma beyond the obvious is the integration of the goalkeeper, either Paul Lopez or Antonio Mariante, out from the goal into a position at the top of the 18-yard box. Fonseca uses his keeper as another option in the build-up, creating something of a flat back 4 for the team to use and break lines. While this offers the team an interesting development in their purposes of possession, it could result in a few concerns against high-pressing teams for the obvious reasons. But on a more positive note, this shape allows the centre-backs to push wider and stretch the field, where Roma can create wide overloads between the centre-backs, the wide wing-backs, the central midfielder and an attacking midfielder. Fonseca's team favours the left when it comes to those overloads and spend 38% of their time of the left side in attack, with the likes of Mkhitaryan, Ibanez, Veretout and Spinazzola. Although they spend more of their time on the left, Roma attack down the middle more than any other team in both the Europa League and Serie A. Aiding in this verticality, they've also completed and attempted more through ball passes than any other team in both competitions. Both statistics suggest that Roma prefer to play through central channels when possible, and their two attacking midfielders also play very close to the striker, who often plays with their back towards the goal and attempts to occupy the central halves with their physical strength and aerial presence. At 6'4", King Dzeko offers a greater aerial presence than most strikers in Serie A, while the slightly shorter Borja Medel offers more pace and power in behind the opposition's defence and is a more mobile runner to work in tandem with the creative types in the side, Henrik Mkhitaryan and Lorenzo Pellegrini. Jordan Veretout has also grown in importance to Roma's attack this season, contributing to 10 goals. The French midfielder often joins the attack late and has developed a great understanding of when to time his runs to meet a through ball pass from someone like Henrik Mkhitaryan on his side. The two wingbacks don't deliver a particularly high volume of crosses into the box, but also pose a useful attacking threat. Combined together, they've assisted 9 goals in the Serie A this season and created nearly 2.5 chances per game. With the likes of Mkhitaryan, Spinazzola and Pellegrini, Roma also have several capable dribblers who have the ability to unlock opposition's defence all on their own. Roma don't need to have any elaborate passing sequences, nor do they need to constantly play passes into their target man and hope for the best. Only Juve and Sassuolo have completed more dribbles per game in the league this season, illustrating the individuals they have in their side to be more capable of taking the game by the scruff of the neck on their own. While Roma have excited in possession and attack this season, they still have quite a few things to work on with their defence. Fonseca's team have conceded 47 goals in 31 matches. Although it's not the worst in Serie A, only 8 other teams have a worse defensive record, and only Sassuolo have conceded more of the top 10 sides. Roma press in a man-orientated way. High up the field, they adopt a 3-4-1-2 shape, as one of the attacking midfielders drop into the number 10 role and the other acts in the first line of pressure alongside the striker. In theory, this allows Roma to track an opposition number 6 through the use of their number 10 and force the opposition out wide. When in their own half, the shape may look more like a 5-3-2, again with one attacking midfielder dropping into midfield and the other remaining high. They've had a reasonably successful time when winning the ball back given the chance to set up their defence, but often struggle in transition. This is one of their greatest faults and has led them to a poor defensive record. Particularly, Roma don't tend to specifically set themselves up to counter-press, and they are not overly careful when it comes to the number of players that they push forward up the pitch at once. Their central overloads in attack mean that when they lose the ball up high, they're usually able to shuffle out the opposition into wider areas before recovering their positions. So despite likely finishing 7th in the Serie A, this season should be full as a relative success for Paulo Fonseca, and one that has certainly enhanced the Portuguese reputation. So with that, we're now going to switch into Football Manager to check out the recreation, the results and the training schedules. So let's get straight into it. So, welcome back to Football Manager. Here is the tactic RDS Paulo Fonseca's 3-4-2-1 Roma recreation. I have 2 tactics. We have this one, it's got 2 DMs. The first one has 2 CMs, so of course the first one's going to be a little bit more attacking. The second one's a bit more reserved, but the second one is what I use most of the time in the Serie A. The Serie A is a difficult league. You are playing a lot of games and a lot of difficult matches as well. But for this video, I'm actually going to cut the results a little bit. I'm going to try and shorten the videos. I noticed the videos are a bit too long and viewers are struggling to watch the whole videos and engage in the video. So we are going to cut the results bit just a little tad, and hopefully we aren't going to miss any key information. So in goal we do have the sweeper keeper on the defend duty. Before he was on the support duty, but his distribution with the ball at his feet and the mentality being on attacking, he was just way too wasteful with the possession at his feet, so I decided to give him the defend duty and he was more safe with the possession at his feet. At the back we have two ball playing defenders. In the middle between them we have the libero on the support duty. In defensive midfield, or in central midfield if you're using the attack tactic, there's a Roman playmaker, the driving force of your team. Alongside him is a segundo volante. In the attack version there's a box to box midfielder. Those two roles, the volante and the box to box midfielder, are fairly similar. They are engines, they are going to get up and down the field. On the flanks, both flanks, we have a winger on support. These are the only players with instructions, I believe, and they're instructed to hold their position. In attacking midfield, we have an advanced playmaker on the support duty. Alongside him, we have the attacking midfielder on the attack duty. He's going to support the attacker a lot more often. The advanced playmaker is going to drop and collect the ball a lot more often as well. Up front, we do have the complete forward. If you're using King Dzeko, you can go for the target man, but I just try to not tweak this tactic too often when playing throughout the season to basically try and give you guys more of an accurate result. I'm not going to be tweaking throughout the season and give you a complete different tactic. That doesn't really make any sense. So King Dzeko, in my head, a good idea would be to use him as a target man. I used him as a complete forward. He didn't do too bad, but I know that King Dzeko can do a lot better. So that's the player roles. We are now going to go in the instructions. For the mentality, we are using the attacking mentality. The attacking width is set to standard. The approach play, we are passing into the space, trying to get those through balls popping off. We are going to be playing out from the defense. The reason why I'm not focusing through the middle, though Roma like to do that, is because most of our players are positioned centrally anyway. So for the attacking width, I moved it to standard to make sure we aren't spreading the pitch too wide and players going into wider areas. With the standard formation, we have a lot of plays centrally, so naturally our plays should be going through central areas. For the passing directness, we are using slightly shorter. For the tempo, slightly lower. In the final third, there's mixed crosses, work the ball into the box, and we are also using run at the defense. I believe for the attempted dribbles, Roma are sitting third in the Serie A. With the transition, when the possession has been lost, we have no transitional instructions. Roma are very difficult to read. Sometimes it looks like they are counter pressing, but not to that extent, and they don't necessarily regroup either. So I'm just going to leave that instruction, and transitional play is actually one of their faults or weak links. When the possession has been won though, we are going to be using the counter option. For the goalkeeper in possession, we are going to be taking short goal kicks, and hopefully he's going to distribute it short. For out of possession, we are using the offside trap with the higher defense line and the higher line of engagement. For the attacking tactic, we are actually using a standard line of engagement, more so because we are now using two central midfielders and not defensive midfielders. So I don't feel that we need to engage as high when we are using two central midfielders, as our two central midfielders are slightly higher engaged anyway. We're also using the tighter marking to have a more orientated press. We are using a more urgent pressing intensity, prevent the short goalkeeper distribution and get stuck in. So that there is my team instructions, the player instructions. We do have set pieces. Now the set pieces I've actually taken from Nap, because Nap has the best set piece routines I believe anyway, and we didn't do very well with set pieces. Though we have three central defenders, all three central defenders going up for corners, none of them doing very well. So halfway through the season, or maybe in March, I added Nap's set piece routine, and hopefully we are now better on set pieces. So when we are attacking on the right hand side, this is what it looks like. When we are attacking on the left side, this is what it looks like. But for the results, if we go to the competitions, you can see that A.S Roma finished second in Serie A. We played 38, we won 23, we drew 9 and lost 6, and a points tally of 78. If we look at this table, absolutely incredible. So from 5th, Napoli 74 points, Atalanta, Milan and Roma all on 78 points, Juve on 79 points. We could have won the league on the very last day, or on the last day I believe we could actually finish 5th. So very crazy results here. Top goal scorer for Roma in the Serie A, King Dzeko with 15 goals. Highest average rated player for Roma was Chris Smalling out of all players. Most assists for Roma, El Shaarawy, Lorenzo Pellegrini and Carlos Perez. In the Europa League, we got knocked out in the quarter-final by Arsenal, but in the Coppa Italia Fanta, we were the winners. I just noticed that the board expectation was to reach the final in the Europa League. That's absolutely outrageous. The board expectation was to qualify for the Champions League, which we did. But the media prediction was to finish in 6th. We beat the media prediction by 4 places, so that's a success. In the league, we scored the 2nd most goals. We had the 1st most shots for. We had the 4th fewest shots against us. We had the 5th best pass completion. For the possession, we came in 6th. Most tackles won, we're not there. Most dribbles made, we came in 2nd. For the most clean sheets, we came in 8th. So not best defensively, and we conceded 38 goals. And for the attacking efficiency, you can see that we were aggressive and clinical, almost on the wasteful side. And for the conceding, the defensive efficiency, we were quiet but leaky. We didn't do too well with the chances that we did concede. With the squad stats though, you can see that King Dzeko was the top goal scorer. Borja came in 2nd with 13 goals, though he only started 11 games. Henrik Mkhitaryan, the attacking midfielder on the attack duty, he scored 13 goals. Jordan Veretout, the Roman playmaker, scored 12, and Pedro managed to score 12 as well. For the most assists, the most creative plays was Jordan Veretout. He had a very good season. Lorenzo Pellegrini got 9 assists. Carl Perez got 8. Henrik Mkhitaryan got 8. And King Dzeko also got 8. So that's the team and squad results, but we are now going to go into the last bit of the video, check out the training and what helped this tactic be semi-successful. So when there was one match during the week, on the Monday, we done teamwork, chance creation, team bonding. Tuesday, play out from the back, transitional press. Wednesday, match tactics and a match practice. For Thursdays, defending engaged, attacking shadow play. Friday, attacking movement. On Saturday, we are going to play our match, and then on Sunday, recovery and the match review. When there's 2 matches during the week, on the Monday, ball distribution and play out from the back. On the Tuesday is all about teamwork, match on the Wednesday. Thursday, recovery and match review. Friday, attacking movement. Saturday, match again. Sunday, recovery and match review. So that's the training schedules that will come along with the tactic, and that also wraps up the video, unfortunately. If you are enjoying my content, if you're new or you haven't yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the like button in the comment section, give me some recommendations, which tactic you would like to see next. Also, if you have any feedback, please don't be afraid to give me your feedback. But that wraps up this video. I'll see you guys soon. Stay safe, and thank you to all my Patreon members. See ya.